So then your journey now to go to be riding.
To riding.
To
Well,
fame,
you know
was
what?
that-
After I completed my studies at UWI, I actually went overseas and I was managing a medical facility.
Where did
And
you
I
study at UWI, by the
decided,
way?
what did I
Think it's
study? I started with my degree in accounting, but it was too easy and boring, so I switched to
Accounting
management.
easy.
What?
Yeah, so I switched to management because I was interested. I really wanted to do psychology, but at the time UWI was not offering that degree. And when I was finishing my degree, they started offering it, but I would have had to stay like 2 more years. I'm never in at that. Never in at that at all. So I liked organizational behavior and thing to do with finance and logistics. So I like that kind of thing. So
Yeah, the
I went
accounting
to
world just don't seem for you.
Do you imagine
It's all-
really catch up in on her straight in a skirt and blouse?
I used to do that. But
don't.
that was not for me.
I would never.
That
I
was
can
not
never
for me.
picture that.
That was not for me.
You have a picture
I
of
love
it?
suits. I like dressing up corporate, but every day so in a aisle shoes I fling out my back and my hip. No, we can't do that for underwear.
Wait. Do you have a picture of that?
I have many
I would
pictures.
love to see that. Do that
Yeah.
as a throwback. I would love to see that.
Remember actually when she do a
Imagine.
throwback, like she like one old time Zip calendar, you did well dress up and well glam up and all these things.
In the black, in the gothic
Yeah.
look. Yeah. That's Ari, I forgot on Instagram, Sparky Baby Official.
Yeah.
Check it out.
No, but I follow you, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, that you have to go through.
Yeah.
So was that like a one-off thing, or so you used to like carry
No,
yourself?
that's what I had to do, because when you go corporate, there's a code, and so you can't just walk in at the people office them and just do as you like. So you had to wear the suits, wear the heels, all of that.
And your personality too have to be taper. Like you can't be
A bit tempered.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I've had the opportunity to work with some good people.
That
So them
understand.
them understand the personality, but you try for not go too overboard because you need to have decorum when you're in the office space. So I did that, and then I decided to come home to pursue my master's.
Oh, so this was all overseas.
I did my degree here at UWI, and then I went overseas because, like a lot of young Jamaicans are experiencing and have experienced in previous generations. When I graduated, I was full of zest. I just felt like, yes, me learn all of this, but I can contribute now, my bright. And then I came out and I applied. I sent out so many job application letters. Nobody was answering, but I wasn't giving up because I had a student loan. Yeah, I'm never gonna sleep with nobody husband for pay it off. Right, so I had a student loan, and
Seemed like they were prospective husbands.
there were
Okay.
and like there's this shop that my mother used to send me to, and she never understood why when she wanted me to go back there I wouldn't go. Well, it's because the man who owned the store, I know the Olam family. Yeah, like me want to give me a place, just want like to sleep with me. But me never grew up so that never did happen. So me just wouldn't go back to the shop. I still don't go to that shop up to now. Principal.
You would have any need to go back to that shop?
Yeah, it's a supermarket.
Oh.
But no, so after I finished my degree, I was just applying left, right, and center. Nobody's answering. You know, you're almost feeling frustrated. But thankfully, I had a friend who he had a law practice. He had just moved back from England. I met him when I was working for that year before I went to UWI. My parents were not for that. Because people think that, you know, when you're done high school and you enter the working world for go for a year, you're not going to want further your education because the money are going to sweet you. Because while you're in high school, you're not earning. And so you get that year, you probably might not go on to further education. But I took that year and I actually got a job in a law office. And the lawyers were encouraging me to do law. They would have made me partner. But I liked it, but I didn't like law that much. And so I went to UWI. That's how I met my friend now, the lawyer who had returned from the United Kingdom, and he allowed me to just work in his office until I would pick up employment.
Who the hell you end up in a DJ? Look up these nice jobs that parents preach you to get accountant, lawyer. That's not for me.
I just love music. As a matter of fact, the night before my born, my parents said I come from a Stone Love dance. yeah, my mother come home and I cook breakfast in a pain and my father said, oh, we are doing? She said, you know, I go hungry. The contraction of my liquor. And then I ended up, at UWI. I was born. Yeah, so it's right after I dance, my band.
Makes sense.
Shut up. No, so anyways, I did apply and nobody not answer. And then I saw this classified ad, a very small classified ad in the Gleaner, and I applied. And I got this. I went to work, and the receptionist say, you have a message. So I was looking on the number and I was saying, this area code don't look like Jamaica. So I'm gonna call it and them call a place. I'm gonna say, where that? I'm still not understand which part them I say, cause them I say British Virgin Islands. I'm gonna say, where that? I'm say Tartol. I'm gonna say, so where that? I'm gonna say, wait near to.
That did supposed to make it work.
The lady said, it's near to Puerto Rico. So I said, oh, okay. And then she put me on to the gentleman who responded, and he said, how soon can you pack your bags? I was like, this was surreal for me, because it was surreal, but it was also disappointing, because as a Jamaican, I just took out a student loan. I just graduated from university, and I wanted to contribute to the growth and development of my country. And here I was applying, and I could not get a job, but it took someone else in another country to say, hey, how soon can you get here?
So what was that job you applied for?
Well, I didn't know what the job was.
Really?
It was just a few lines in the classifieds.
Wow.
And I sent my application letter in, and the man just said, yo, your cover letter was impressive. I had no experience, but my only experience was basically working in law and going to UWI and the odd summer jobs. So I went and I did that for about 2.5 years, and then I came home.
At BVI?
In the British Virgin Islands.
So what did you do?
I was managing a medical facility.
Wow, okay.
And then
that's what, okay.
Yeah, and then I came home and I took 1 year to do the arts. I decided when I was coming home, before I do my master's, that I would take 1 year and just do the arts. So I wanted to get involved in radio, in stage, in television, and in writing, and I spent that year and I did it. So how I ended up in radio now is I came back home and I started going to Edna Manley School of Dance, and I had a friend who knew someone in radio, and I didn't know that he had a daughter who was attending Edna Manley. So he saw me riding to Edna Manley, and then he came over and he said, oh, you must be Trisha. I'm like, I would have, man, yeah.
Can tell by the bike.
Yeah, so he was starting a radio program at KLS, and I went over there as his production assistant. It fell through, but the persons who worked at KLS, they thought that I had a radio voice, and so I started doing continuity, which is Nara look for me like how that people that must I was fax me in. So and the time by KFC is this outside broadcast is brought to you by. Right, so that's how I started, and then Jenny used to be there. Jenny went on, she went on holidays, and I had to sit in her program, and so that's how I actually ended up on radio now, around the mic, not doing continuity, but actually doing a program. Yeah, and then one day I get a call. I got a message called Francois. I said, "Who name so?" So I called the number. I said, yeah, I was returning the call. I said, who is Francois? It's Francois Saint-Just from Fame. I said, rotted. How am I calling for? How you know about me? And he actually called me to do an ad. So I did the ad. And he called me to do another one. And then he asked me to do an audition. But then they couldn't find the audition tapes. And so they called me back to do another audition. And I did it. And then he said, you know what, I don't have a job to offer you. But would like to have you like on call. And then I started and I was walking home and I got a call. And he said, hey, what day is good for you? What day is, free and da-da-da. I said Fridays. Because, I got UWI. Thursday is pretty much the end of the school week. Yeah. And I said Friday. He said, great, because someone just resigned. Look, yeah, hey, people must think I'm mad. I say ice cream. I run from down a Kansas Spring Road, and I go straight up a Kansas Spring, almost end up a Manor Park.
Oh, really?
Not all me a scream and I sing and I run out in the road.
Where they get the car?
Eh? No. I was like near King's Plaza. So from there, I run straight up the road. But don't even look what color the light say. If it has a red, green, or amber. I was just going. I was like, Jesus, what am I just say?
You get your bus.
Yes.
So you can imagine saying
that's how I got in radio. But in terms of music now, wanting to be a DJ, I used to just love party. And Kurt Riley, when Kurt Riley is one of them DJs that when he's playing, he really looks like he's enjoying the music. If not, just stand up and press. I look down in the computer and say, hey, next song.
Try to look cool
I just loved his passion
Mm.
and I was saying it to him. But through him used to always say about the place, I wind up myself and I say, well, you should try because you have good rhythm. And then when I got over to Fame, I actually started as a DJ. But me used to play the song them 1-1. And then when I went to Zip, Jazzy T, them did I try to teach me how to mix, but I couldn't hear what them talk about. I must listen for the kick. So which kick me can't hear nothing. But it was actually Colin Hines and a DJ who's no longer on radio, DJ Nyron in Canada. Nyron, big up your damn self. Who taught me how to mix, who taught me how to count bars and all of that. So Colin Hines made me learn it because Nyron said to me in front of RJR, you know, you'd be a really good DJ if only you could learn to count bars. I mean, I said, what that? And Colin Hines was passing and him drop everything. Only thing left him do a roll on the ground. We stand up there, I want to just sink. As some start sink. I said, God no. Then Colin could have laughed all over that. Naron, he told me what to do. And he said, just deal with it like a surgeon in the beginning. So all of what you thought you knew, you had to unlearn that and then learn it. So he was really impactful in teaching me how to mix.
Is it hard?
No, it's not if you understand. Like in anything else, if you don't understand the basis of something, then it's difficult. So if I don't understand why Ari behaves like that, then I think Ari's an asshole. But if I understand the psychology of Ari, then Ari don't seem too much like an asshole to me because I understand. I understand the basis for her reactions and how she operates, and it's the same thing about anything in life.
So it's like music is a science, not an art.
It's both.
Pretty much.
It's both.
Kurt, that's when broke
It's
it down.
both. It's both. It's
Yeah.
a science and an art.
Yeah.
Everything is science and art.
Pretty much.
Everything is interrelated.
So
like that.
you that's how you started at Fame, or you
Yeah.
learned?
So I started playing music at Fame, and then I went over to Zip. And then I was leaving because my grandmother had died. So people probably don't understand that when I say that she had died. But I was on the beach with my boyfriend on a Sunday, and I just started having all these respiratory ailments, which I don't suffer from. And then my mother called me on the Monday and she said, how you doing? But you know that whole how you doing tone sound like, all right, she really just asked me that before she dropped something heavy upon me. And she said, oh, have a seat. So what she want me have seat for? What she got land upon me now? Last time she said that to me, my friend mother had died. So I know I said something not positive.
You think she probably should pre-say pregnant or something?
No.
Because the respiratory thing, it linked to the boyfriend in my mind.
No.
So I don't know.
No, so then she told me that my grandmother had died. I said, really, when? And she said, yesterday. That would have been a Sunday. I said, what time? And while I was having all these effects on the beach, that's the time my grandmother was dying. So like, it was hard for me now to be on radio, to be happy, to make people feel happy and positive when I couldn't feel happy and positive. Because that was like a really low moment. And so I just said, I'm gonna go. I just need some time, like a lot of time. And
so that's how
I
transition from Fame to
RGR.
okay.
No. I went to Fame and then I went to Zip. I went to Zip when I came back from Trinidad because this is now when I completed my masters, and I got a call when I came home. I never even know about Zip, honestly.
Yeah, because were you a part of the creation? I remember when Zip started. You were there, like one of the first.
So yeah, I got the call and I went, and I thought they said at the time that the media landscape could not accommodate one more frequency. And I thought to myself, well, what's the worst that could happen? Try it and it don't happen, at least I try. Try it and it happen, and then you're going to be the part of something that's new and something that made a difference. And so I went. Why not just take the risk?
When you dropped it, like after your grandmother died, did you always had intentions of picking it back up, or you just need a downtime?
No, I really just could not see myself. I was just going to go like into academia. Because when I actually came home in that year, I actually used to lecture at UWI. So I was just going to go in a profession where it was kind of solitary.
You run the full gambit of jobs that the parents preached to us. Yo, accounting,
I used to do waitressing, so that's how I paid.
Field,
I used to be a waitress. That's how I paid for my CXCs and my A levels, because my mother was made redundant.
It's like a real different time, like where teenagers, like I barely find teenagers.
No, but me I work from early, and I wouldn't consider it child labor. It was not a necessity because
What age?
I started working at 13. I used to work in our hardware. Me used to wear nails. Me used to cut flash band. Me used to take out tar. Me used to when the paint come in, we have to separate the oil paint them from the flat paint them by the color, cut glass, all kind of something. Cause your parents never have it, so what you gonna do? You need money for go back to school, and my parents is not about robbing and conning people. So, you work.
So
some of the everything, and then when my mother was made redundant and my father wasn't around, I turned a waitress. So one little job I apply for it, and I go to waitressing every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So whereas one restaurant where I used to open in Manor Park, but I mean, so whereas my schoolmates regular in a high school, them could have got enjoy themselves. I never have that luxury because me know some I forgot pay for my CXC them because I know say education important, and then for A levels too. So I never have nobody to pay for them. So I just have to do it. How do you change the cycle? You have to put out extra effort to break the cycle. And so that is what I did.
With every obstacle.
So how did you find the strength now to say, all right, I'm going to do this PJ thing again, pick it up back?
Yo, some of they are foreign and I get a call from RGR. I must say, I never knew that Richie B had resigned. And so when I came home and hear people say, oh, she push him out. I'm like, she push him out? What is up? I never know say man. So they called me and we did several rounds of interviews. And then I went there. It was a challenge for me because a female had never held the afternoon slot up to that time. And Richie B was doing it for so long, I knew that I had big shoes to fill. And so I viewed it as a challenge, and so I took it up. And then at the time, you never really have anybody speaking on afternoon radio to the extent of my patois. Because me chat enough patois and English, as you'll realize. So it was a challenge.
Oh, you fine.
You know what, me used to go hold a child, and guess what? Them never allow you to speak patois over there unless you're in drama class. And so, all of the girls in my chat patois, and then when sister pass, English.
The queens.
So I think that is what caused that interchanging between the patois and English. But I love patois. I just love the sound. I just feel like there are certain things that get lost in translation when you try to put it in English. Certain things are better expressed when you put it in patois because the intonation of the words and the colors and the vibrancy, you just can't capture it in Shakespeare.
Yeah, man,
style.
you need a reading rainbow for that one. Intonation, you need
Yeah, she got real philosophical with the patois. Why she speak patois?
Yeah, no, I love patois.
You find that you were looked like down upon because you used to chip in
patois?
Especially in that time.
And you know what? The teachers have never expect me for passing on CXC. So when I pass, everybody's shocked.
I mean, like on the radio though, like when you usually...
No, listen. I was just, why are you hiring me? You called me for the job. So why are you calling me for the job? I told you straight up, I'm going to be me. I'm not creating a radio personality for the radio. I'm just being me. And part of what I knew, and it still holds, is that we need to be proud of our culture. That's positive. A lot of people overseas love Jamaican food, love Jamaican music, love Jamaican language, and they love the vibrancy of our culture. Which is why I believe that every Jamaican should have the opportunity to travel overseas, because when you go overseas, especially when you go overseas for a while, then you realize when you come back home, wow, Jamaica nice. And then you also realize when you interact with other persons who find out you are a Jamaican, wow, how in awe they are of Jamaican gastronomy, Jamaica here. No, you might go for the reading room. Food, Jamaican food and drinks, right?
You know, but it's like gastronomy and the stomach,
the culture, the music, just things Jamaican.
I find that to be true as well.
Yeah, I was saying like I could talk to a couple of people now. Well, yeah.
So they just love it.
But still, when them find out singer Jamaican is like a little difference. Like, oh my God.
We all have a similar background, the islands of the Caribbean, but every one of us, we're still different.
Yeah.
And Jamaica just has a different feel, because even when you fly come back home, if you're asleep in the aircraft, once it reach over the Jamaican airspace, it's like you just feel some different kind of radiation. I lick the plane now, like your body just knows I'm reach high, yeah, we're touched. And this is not something that I'm imagining. This is real. Right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, no. Because remember, we're all cells, you know. I mean, it's just true. We're so dense why you can't see us. You can't go call Futa for the next interview. no, Futa no good. Oh, yeah. Anyways.
What do you mean?
All right.
I mean, everybody.
Yeah, everybody good? Yeah, everybody good?
Family.
Yeah.
It was a bit about a kind of Cartman thing now.
Yeah.
Make it right. That's why I make things right with everybody.
I don't see why Futa wouldn't come. Especially now with this debacle with himself and Marlon.
Yeah.
But let's not talk about that.
Yes.
Moving right up. Yeah. I want me to then know. But
Where you reach over
Patois,
the space.
Reach over the airspace, you just know say they're Jamaica. But Jamaican culture is, I don't want to use the word exploit because that sound away, but it's something that needs to be put out there, and it needs to be paraded, and we need to be proud of it, and we need to sell it, and sell it in a positive way. Because there are good things about Jamaicans. In every country, like people like to talk about the crime, but in every country you have crime.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe for a small island that we are,
it's a bit prevalent.
It's
a lot.
Yeah, in terms of the numbers,
yeah.
and maybe because with Jamaicans, we have so much intensity. But I probably want to say something controversial, but Jesus have mercy, what have the pirate them will come down here? Pirates! Right? All of the Spanish, the English, the French, the German, the whole of them come down here, mix up with the Chinese and the African them. What you expect? One bag of mix up, what you expect? We do our best. And people from West Africa, we mix up with them there. So we have a confluence of whole heap of things are happening in our DNA.
That's
what you
true.
think? Jesus, one more word? Sir, why you so extra?
Confluence is not a normal everyday word. I might have to look that up myself.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, so we have to be proud. We have to be proud of our thing, you understand?
Yeah.
And sell Jamaica.
You know what
Pitch Jamaica.
What is, well, I feel like you find yourself to be an international defender of Jamaica.
I am a defender of Jamaica.
when
I am
people-
an unappointed ambassador for Jamaican culture.
Because when
Yeah.
People magazine are disrespect Shaggy, I remember she's like, hey,
Oh, yeah,
people,
light
But
them up under
outside
their
of
mother.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody
Yeah,
that
light
says
them
something
Need a light
against
up. Them road.
BBC, I think BBC they said something against it too, and you're like,
She
no.
did cut couple
No.
BBC.
Like any international person, I guess, or says
Listen,
something
when
against
a
it.
Jamaican is wrong, I'm gonna call you out. But listen, like everywhere else, Jamaican people will have needs that want filled. Everybody want to feel like them can take care of themselves and them family. Everybody wants to achieve their goals. Everybody have dreams and want to achieve those dreams. Everybody have ambition. And sometimes it's just to find the right way to stimulate them, to get them to go towards it. Because oftentimes, you know, it's not them that don't have the dream, you know, them have the dream, but they're not sure how to go about achieving the dream. I have some people proud, them don't want to ask because them don't want to feel like them an idiot, which is something that is wrong in our culture where we have this thing, yeah, idiot! And this whole mocking and laughing and jibing. And so what you find is you have some people who
Don't
will
know
not
and refuse to ask. Yeah.
Then we'll just go and try buck shuffle, but it breeds frustration. And sometimes that might come out in violence. You know, sometimes that might come out in crime. So we need to work on that aspect of our culture. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Making mistakes is not a bad thing. For example, Nara say, oh, I want to go into this thing, you know. If it not work out, damn idiot, I don't know who tell him to go do that. No. Do you know what? Einstein tried so many times. And several hundred times. What if he had stopped? Would we have known about him? No. And this is what we'll have to realize, that sometimes you will not fail once or twice or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times. Sometimes you will fail several times. But you have to keep believing in a dream, and you have to keep pushing, but be flexible in your approach.
I think, and Ari can speak to this as well, that seeing that like certain people they grow up and they're under the influence of their parents and they know set ways of doing things. You go school, you get your 9 to 5, and this is how you must live. So when you do things like out of the box to them, it's like you don't really have nobody for guide, that they don't know how to guide you. So it's like people them operate, you know, basically.
People give
Just living
advice
and
based on
learning.
what they know.
Yeah.
So if you're gone on territory, uncharted waters, they'll be like,
And say, oh, you're
but
mad, you're crazy, what you do?
You know what? Sometimes you have to tread it alone and make your mistakes. Because if you allow outer influences to determine who you can become, sometimes you just never become anything because you're trying to please the masses. You have to know what it is you want, and that has to be poignantly clear. Jesus Christ.
it's alright.
You know, so many people are going to do that. I don't point at me.
That has to be clear
Yeah.
and work towards it. So you measure yourself against where you've started to where you are now.